578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Fully intending to claim the title, Mistake by the Lake, for ourselves.
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Yeah, I had an attitude.
Got a trip to L.A. for you in about 20 minutes. 5:10 is going to be the next keyword for you to get to our 2023 Alter Ego Festival. Thing sells out in about 10 minutes when we put them on sale. It's out of the Kia Forum in L.A. I think it's January 14th is the date. It's a Saturday night. It's the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Jack White and Muse and Fall Out Boy and Phoenix and Churches. A lot of great bands this year. And no Weezer and Coldplay, which, listen, it's always a win. So 5:10 is the one shot you have on this show to get that trip. You and a friend. Fly you out, put you up. I think we give you $1,000. But all the details will be forthcoming there, too. Cavaliers lost last night to the Milwaukee Bucks. That's a tough team to beat. And so they didn't. 113-98 was the final. They are here at home through Thanksgiving. And then they'll be back in Milwaukee to play the Bucks the day after Thanksgiving. But in the meantime, they'll play the Hornets here at home tomorrow night, 7:30 on MMS and the iHeartRadio app. So 7 o'clock is when Cavs Live gets going. Short week for us. Next week, we'll be live Monday and Tuesday. Mary will be joining us from Nashville. She'll be on the mic in one of their studios. I'll have Terry the Goat's Week 11 picks for you shortly. We have a lot of bureau chiefs in the great state of New Jersey. We have Bill, who is our South Jersey bureau chief. We have people all up and down the Garden State there who listen to the program. Mark's in Bayonne. Ashlyn is in Delanco, New Jersey. Louie's in Newark. Jackie's in Paramus. And I imagine all of them are celebrating Danny DeVito Day, which is today, on the occasion of his birthday. Danny DeVito is 78 years old today. And as of, I think, 2017, the mayor of his town said that it's going to be Danny DeVito Day. So people who live in New Jersey, who doesn't love Danny DeVito? Nobody. What town is he from? I forget. Listen, doesn't matter. Oh, Asbury Park. How could I forget? Greetings from Asbury Park. John Moore is the mayor. And he said that a few years ago, Danny DeVito should have his own day there in New Jersey. So that's what they did. So this day, every year, henceforth, Danny DeVito Day. By the way, I did have, this show had yesterday's winner for the Alter Ego Festival.
Ooh.
So that's pretty
very
exciting.
cool.
Yeah, it's great.
Drunk Sue again?
No, a girl named Penny who lives out in Walton Hills. Where the hell is Walton Hills? You ever heard of Walton Hills, Ohio?
Yes.
I've heard of Peyton Hillis. Remember that name? I've never heard of Walton Hills. Oh, it's out by Northfield Park.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's not out where the new, is that out by the new Deshaun Watson house?
I'm not sure where his house was.
Did he? He got a house out there.
Yeah, I know he got a big old house.
Yeah, one of those Gates Mills or whatever, right? Sequester yourself in a hospital-sized house and let the haters hate. Because they're gonna. There's one thing we've learned, and I hope somebody tries to coin this phrase. Haters go hate. Speaking of Jersey, there's a guy, young dude. He says, I'm 24. I'm young. This is the time to do it. Tommy Pasquale is his name. Is that made up? I don't know. It's a very Jersey name. That's where he's from. He's raising money for America's homeless veterans. Obviously, there are way too many homeless people in this country. Shouldn't be any, quite frankly. But an astounding number of them are veterans. Because, you know, people support the troops. And then they come home and, you know, not so much. So he sold his car quit his job and is taking all the money, and that's what he's got on him. And he's walking from New Jersey to Venice Beach to raise money for the National Coalition for Homeless Veterans. Tommy Pasquale, 24 years old. I don't know if there's a map or something you can follow along, like where this guy is. There's got to be like a live, everybody's got the technology now. There's got to be some kind of live ticker that will show you where he is at any given time. I should look into that.
I figured if I'm going to make this journey across country, it's got to go from sea to shining sea. I decided, if there's ever a point where I'm going to do it, the time is now when I'm young, I'm strong, and I'm healthy. I've always been passionate about helping out veterans in any way I can because they've given so much to us. So I figured, those two things would pair kind of nicely together.
He's hoping to reach Venice Beach, California by April of next year. He left on September the 19th from New Jersey, and he's going to walk across the country. And he said, I have no income. So the only money he has along the way is the money that he got from selling his car. So if you find out where this guy is, please do not rob him, because this is all the money he's got. There are approximately 38,000 veterans who are homeless in this country. And so Tommy, 24 years old, he's got like a shopping cart with stuff on it. He's got a sign, and it tells you where you can donate money to help homeless veterans. And part of this was born out of, everybody's going crazy over lockdown during the pandemic, and he just wanted to do something like this. And he said, now's the time to do it. He was a software salesman in New York City. He quit, sold his car, and he's crossing the country. Tommy Walks America is what he's calling it. And it's Tommy Walks America with underscores in between the words if you want to follow along with him. I guess that's how you'd find out where he was for people who are interested in that or donating or whatever. He said he walks about 20 miles a day. And he follows mostly back roads. So it's like if Poundcake's mom was going to do a cross-country trek or just go to the grocery store. Let's not even put that on her. If she was going to go make a short trip in her own car, she would be taking the same back roads. And this guy's pushing a shopping cart. And again, he said that he hopes to get to California by April of next year. Spends most nights in a tent with a sleeping bag that he's, God, boy, so many things could go wrong. I mean, you got to hand it to a dude trying this because it gets attention to a very worthwhile cause. But so many things could go wrong. I guess he's already in Nashville. He's walked 925 miles.
That's really insane to do.
He said
good for him.
Time for him to get new sneakers is what he said.
Yeah.
Plus, along the way, he's 24. He's a single dude.
He's in Nashville, and there's about to be a bunch of bachelorette parties this weekend and birthday parties.
Yes.
He's going to start collecting sashes from drunk hoes.
There you go. Somebody, you spend the night with some lady, and the next day you're off.
Yeah, I got to walk for the veterans.
I got to walk.
I got an excuse. I can't stay here. I got to go.
Haven't you heard the Supertramp song? Mm-hmm. Goodbye, stranger. It's all in there. I'm just doing this for homeless veterans. He said, anytime I stop in a cool city like Nashville, I want to take my time and enjoy it. He also revealed that he's learned a lot about himself. Well, yeah. I mean, you got a lot of time. You're by yourself a lot of that time.
Learned a lot about living and a little about love.
Yeah, a little about love. And, he's got the sign on his shopping cart. So hopefully nobody along the way thinks that he's homeless himself, right?
I mean, he kind of is right now.
Well, yeah. But, this country. Everyone's armed. And you don't want the wrong person. It's covered in flags. So, that's pretty much your bat signal for don't tread on me or whatever. Stay away from me. But if hopefully somebody takes the time to, figure out that he's okay, he's on the level. Some places in this country, they see a young man pushing a shopping cart with a bunch of crap in it, and they freak out. They get out of my neighborhood. So he's taking photos along the way, but it's, taking photos at American Legion posts along the way. Said he wants to raise $100,000 for the National Coalition for Homeless Veterans, but he believes he'll raise a lot more. He goes, I don't think it's out of the question. We could raise $1 million. And I would think you could easily do that. Raise $1 million.
What was the
Hey, everybody.
account
Tommy
again?
Pasquale here with Tommy Walks America.
What was
Thank
the
you.
what?
Tommy Walks America. That's
Tommy Walks America.
So for those of you who don't know, I have embarked on a journey starting today. Today was my first day. That is going to take me from Railroad Beach in Manasquan to Venice Beach, California, via foot.
Via foot? I think that's called walking. Via foot. Wow, that's like a poundcakeism. I've never heard walking put that way. How did you travel? Via foot. People say by foot. Never heard via foot. I'd like to watch more of this, but I can't because the guy has a chin dimple. I find that very off-putting.
I thought you loved chin dimples.
I do not.
I thought you liked the butt chin. You say Demi Lovato had a butt chin that you liked.
I like her and Jessica Chastain despite. No, I think she went back. I like Demi Lovato and Jessica Chastain despite their chin clefts. I don't like chin dimples or clefts.
The butt chin. Is that a derogatory term for it?
Butt chin? Well, I mean, it's a dimple or a
Giselle
cleft. Or
butt chin?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can call it that, but I'm not a fan. So I have to listen. They're very attractive, and I'm happy to look past it. I'm no beauty, but I just don't want to stare at that dude for longer than I have to. With his little, chin vortex staring back at me. You see, they canceled the Taylor Swift public ticket on sale.
Because
see
all
that?
the bots took them. That's literally
They
why.
are flipping out. Yeah, I don't understand why people don't know how tickets work now.
The bots stole them all.
They scoop them all up, and then they sell them back to you for 5 times the price. But in her slight defense, she sold so many pre-sale tickets. She sold 2 million pre-sale tickets that Ticketmaster said, Ticketmaster, by the way, already on the ropes, for being hinky, but they said, we don't have enough tickets for the general public. So
all the rich people.
Everybody's pissed. But yeah, that's every show now, is the bots scoop them up and then they sell them back to you at exorbitant prices.
It's crazy.
Taylor Swift is an elitist.
Well, it's the crazy effect, the effect her music has on people, because
It's not that great.
it is to them.
It's
Whether or not
bubblegum.
you like it or I like it, it doesn't matter, because there are people that lose their minds to try and see her, to listen to this stuff.
Having great music doesn't mean you don't sell.
No, but
It
I
sells.
think the more impressive thing is that she's years now into her career.
Yeah.
And she still has. It'd be different if
It's
she was
growing.
like,
She's the biggest that she's ever been.
if she was the flavor of the month, that'd be one thing. But yeah, she's 30, right? Now she's 31. She's not a little kid anymore. And yeah, God
she's
bless her.
15 years into her career, because she
Yeah.
started when she was a teenager.
She was a country
15.
artist, right?
Yeah, and
crossed
she's
over.
as big as anybody's ever been.
What album was her crossover album? I know you guys aren't Swifties.
I don't know.
I don't know,
But I don't know at what point she went from making country music to pop music.
It was a while ago.
It's been a minute now, but would you put her at the Michael Jackson level?
No, there is not going to be someone at the Michael Jackson level.
Well, that's
Even
more,
Michael Jackson
but that is more because the time is different.
Sure.
If you put her in 1983 against Michael Jackson, I bet they'd be closer than you think.
No. Michael Jackson, pushed down racial boundaries. He pushed down. They didn't give a lot of time.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about ticket sales,
Performance, hype.
Yeah.
No, because she still's not perform. Her concerts, Michael Jackson will perform to a couple million on a regular basis. He'd be in Brazil, and it'd just be an army of people out there.
You don't think she could get a couple of million people in Brazil?
She probably could, but he would do that on a regular basis. He would perform at soccer stadiums. That's what he's
That's what
since
she's
Thriller.
going to have to do. This arena tour that
But
she's
she
going to
doesn't-
have to go stadiums.
I understand that, but she did her stadiums tour. The first stadium tour that she did was the most recent one, the one in like 2016, the Reputation tour. That was the biggest one she did, and she only did about 80 shows. Michael Jackson did like a couple hundred shows, and he was still selling out stadiums. I hate these people who keep talking about Harry Styles is the new king of pop. Is talking
You
about
hate them.
Yes, because you can't even compare. And believe me, I love Beyonce.
I think we can compare.
No,
But Poundcake, that's the point. You can't compare them.
you
They're
can't.
two completely different points in time, two completely different ways of consuming music and having access to
Michael Jackson had so many singles out. No one even knows all of his singles and what time each one came out. Like he would put out music and you wouldn't even know. Like Taylor Swift has to put out an album and then she starts putting out music videos.
That's
Michael
because
Jackson
it's a
would-
different time.
he would-
Radio stations were playing Michael Jackson nonstop. Taylor Swift doesn't necessarily need to rely on that.
She streamed that first day that Midnight's album came out. It broke every single record for streaming.
She crashed
And
the
that's-
Ticketmaster website. They were supposed to have 1.5 million verified Taylor Swift fans to get pre-sale tickets. 14 million people and bots hit the site and crashed it. And so now they don't have enough tickets for a general on sale, and people are losing their goddamn minds because I realize that her audience isn't all teenage girls, but the portion of it that is, they're not going to spend $300 a seat for Taylor Swift. She sold 2 million tickets Tuesday. And so Ticketmaster has to come out and go, yeah, we don't have enough tickets for the general on sale because the bots and the fans scooped them all up. So they had to cancel the on sale.
No, she's not no Michael
I mean,
Jackson.
that's something that affects your stock price, by the way, as a company. So her Loverfest tour was canceled due to the pandemic. The current tour, this isn't even kicking off until March. I was thinking she was doing dates now.
No.
This tour isn't even starting until St. Patrick's Day in Phoenix.
They asked her to do the Super Bowl, and she was like, "Nah, I'm busy."
Yeah, she doesn't.
Right.
Yes, she doesn't
She
need
said,
to.
"I'm busy."
Yeah, but she
I'm
also
going on
hasn't.
tour.
She also hasn't toured in 4 years. So yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, no doubt she's probably the biggest artist living right now. But in comparison, I was listening to a podcast about how Michael Jackson was making problems for the United States. Like, he couldn't get away. He was so famous that he would go hide. That's why he made the song Stranger in Moscow, because he would have a decoy plane, land in another country, and people would think Michael Jackson was on this plane, and he would be in another country that maybe America had.
But that was also a different time. People did not have 24/7 access to celebrities then.
Okay.
They do now. This is not to diminish Taylor Swift. Clearly, she's in a league of her own. But saying that she couldn't do what Michael Jackson did in his time, I think might be wrong.
I just don't know if people were passing out at Taylor Swift shows. Maybe little girls because they were too hot. But no one looks at Taylor Swift and be like, "Ah!"
Yeah, but they're still losing their minds.
Yes.
And
The passing out
the
was
passing
always
out
fake,
thing is
by the way.
always-
It wasn't
Yeah.
fake.
It was heat stroke. They were in a huge crowd of people, and it was heat stroke. They weren't passing out because it was
Because
Michael Jackson.
he's there.
They were in a huge crowd of people.
Matter of fact, I did that at House of Blues, so yeah, maybe you're right.
and that was for Fetty Wap.
No, it wasn't for Fetty Wap. It was like for a drag show. I got through the Fetty Wap show.
Fetty Wap, that poor guy, his depth perception's all off.
Oh, God, that show was awful. You want to talk about performances.
Huh.
Ugh.
Okay, speaking of performances, we're doing our Alter Ego Festival in about a month or so, January 14th. I get a couple of months. The Kia Forum in L.A. It's the Chili Peppers and Jack White and Fall Out Boy and Phoenix and a ton of great bands. It's sold out, sells out pretty quickly, but we got trips for you. So a couple of tickets here. We'll fly you out, get you some money. This is your chance to win this afternoon, so listen closely and go